Okay.
I appreciate you coming through, giving me this second, this take two. So I'm calling it a blooper. The first one was a blooper. But so check this out, y'all. Tonight, we have a phenomenal guest with true vocal powerhouse who sounds beautiful blends the soul of R&B with elegance of jazz. She's graced notable stages like Blue Alley, Tin Pen, and the Carlisle Room, captivating audiences with a stunning full lyric, soprano, and incredible four-octave range. For her debut single, Brighter Love, making waves international to chart success with I Can't Forget, and the powerful release of her EP, Soulful Tales. She continues to show the world that her artistry is both heartfelt and unforgettable. I want to welcome you all to Miss Felece Tillman.
Thank you, Adrian. Thank you for that gracious welcome. Thank you.
Of course, no problem. That's what we do here. We want people to know who we're talking to, so they can appreciate your talent and what you're doing out here more by just hearing a little bit of your bio, and also get the artist as yourself, more comfortable with like, hey, he actually did his homework. So
He actually did his homework.
so, we're gonna ask you how you feeling out there in the world today.
I'm good today. I'm good today. I'm still in this beautiful country of Panama, Panama City. So it's a wonderful 89 degrees, kind of like cooling down a little bit towards the evening. But yeah, I'm in having enjoyable time here.
Yeah, but 80, we almost hit 90 today, so glad to be able to.
Wow.
So yeah, we doing
okay. Come on, DMV, right? Our springs, we just kind of go from winter, just a little bit of spring and like summer, just so.
Is this the rainy months for y'all or no?
Not yet. Panama's rainy season, I think, technically starts in May, June, July, August. So it's close. Yeah.
All right. I like that.
But the rain is not like all day, all night, torrential. It's just, those rain showers that just kind of, it's more, but it's not like all day.
Okay, yeah, because I know when went to Jamaica, it was like that. It rained for a minute, and it just stopped, and then the sun came out. And
we got some guests coming. Wonderful.
got some guests out here that support you all the way from the Jordan. So they've been a big support to me as well. So I appreciate them joining on. And so so we got supporters all over. So
I do, and I didn't post this link up on my profile. So I know you've been tagging Felece Tillman. You can tag Felece Antoinette. You can get us on other page. I got so many pages.
All right, cool. I got you.
If not, they'll catch up on the replay. But thank you, Janielle, for joining.
Yes, we got some good things going on. I'm glad to get this opportunity. And like I tell you all the time, I appreciate you for supporting me and just being a part of what I'm trying to
like relations firms that you could tap into, to push your music out to different borders outside of your, local state. So you don't need it. You don't. The only thing that I think sometimes what happens with indie artists is that if they get approached and it makes sense and they have a good deal, and now we're more conscious as, okay, just don't sign a contract, have an attorney look at it, like, so you can be protected, so you can own your own masters, for publishing rights. And there's so many tragic stories in the music business history for years and years that we, and as this stage and age of our lives, we should be able to learn from what they did wrong and say, okay, let me not do that.
Right.
Let me not do that. Yeah.
Because with my music company, we got a legal guy that he does all the company. He always tells me, don't do anything unless you got a contract for it. Because sometimes, when it comes down to it's like, oh, I didn't know what I was supposed to be paying. So,
Right.
to make sure everything you do, you have a contract. Because sometimes people get amnesia, and then the numbers.
Absolutely.
They like, oh well, we ain't got the money.
We ain't got money, right? And what it say? If it's not written, it's not real. So
right.
make sure it's written. Absolutely. Yeah.
So, would you give an indie artist that's starting out, that also, what would you give them as advice? And doing that advice, even if they're like starting out and they like feel like it's not happening fast enough, what encouragement also would you give to any artist for that arena as well?
There's so much. I would start with know that it's not easy anyway. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right?
Yep.
So the mindset of what I am setting out to do is something that I have been gifted to do, right? From God, whatever your faith base is, whatever you're tapping into spiritually. And if you want to step out to do that, to create it, to be an independent artist, meaning independent, not signed to a record label, but I still want to create. I want to make music. I want to make my original music. Know that it is a process. It is a process. Know that coming into it, that there's going to be hurdles. You're going to get no's. You're going to have haters. You're going to have supporters. You're going to have your diehard fans. You're going to be surprised at who would absolutely love your music and your sound. So know that, just like in anything, you want something that is going to create longevity. And so tell yourself that, for those days where you want it to be like, I'm tired, give yourself that. It's okay to feel that. Don't not feel that. Feel that, get your support. Make sure that you have a tight support system, whoever they are. If it's two people, one person, your prayer team, your accountability partner that can understand, those ebbs and flows and those mountains and valley moments that we have as artists. I think that, even the quote unquote successful independent artists that have, you know, successful in their own right and whatever they define, that they still have those days where I feel like I'm still not doing enough. So if they have it, then it comes with that. I would also have them to get into a place where you see this as a sacred thing, that our artists, we speak messages that people need to hear. Reassurance about love again, reassurance about, heartbreak, and, know that that's a part of life, and all of the things that's happening in the world today. We have that responsibility to speak and to sing about these things. So it's a sacred thing. It's a sacred thing. The gift itself. Coming from that perspective, you kind of know that, the punches are going to come.
Right.
So, having those, that's why I like, what you're doing, Adrian, and some others, those tapping into those independent artist summits and seminars, webinars, so that you can garner, that support that you need, the support system that you need, and however you need it, whether it's the business side or independent. I need engineers, or who knows, a good studio, or how are you working through your taxes? If you get to that level of, what do I do here, so that you won't feel so isolated. It's a blessing, and it's a challenge also, but the rewards are so beautiful, because your music is going to touch people that you'll never meet. You'll never meet all these people that your music is going to go out. Somebody's playing my song right over in Argentina somewhere. I don't know who they are, but it's helping them at this moment in however way it is. That's the point. That's like, wow. Or even if it's in your city, when you get those wins, celebrate the hell out of those wins, man. Take yourself to dinner and just be like, I did it. We did it. I got through to something. So Yeah, that's the advice I would give other indies out here. And to just do it, man, just do it. Do it. Do it.
So I'm glad that
Excellently.
you said that because just by just looking at what you've been doing, you have music over UK, Japan, Spain, Panama, Germany. You have, received, over 20,000 Spotify streams. You got singles that doing good out here. You got I Can't Forget, reached number 3,
Yay.
Heartbreakers, and number 1 on the Amazon UK R&B new release chart. And you're doing it the right way. How do you keep the focus of just making music without? I guess I would say get the big head and just acting like you have arrived.
I think just the way I was raised, you know, my mom and, how she raised me, number one. And I also know number two is it's okay to have confidence in what you're doing. So I don't play into false humility. I think there's a balance there. We want to be confident in what we're doing and all of the efforts, all of the seed time that we're doing. When the harvest comes, it's good. It's okay to be like, okay, we're giving thanks to our Creator who provided it, and we're giving thanks to what we've done in the process. And I think not getting the big head is over the fact that you're still in you're still in the production of it. You still got to do the work, and life be still lifing. You know what I'm saying? I got all these wonderful things that have happened, but I still have, pain, joy and pain, like the late Frankie Beverly said. So I think, life.
About the recognition. How does that feel? Even though I know that you're a strong-willed person, but how does it feel when you put music out, you share it on social media platforms, and it's like with the people and
Yeah,
it's like one share, you know, does that get you discouraged, or does it just be like, I'm just gonna keep pushing?
I'm gonna just keep pushing. Yeah, not that I don't have it's one of those. It's very interesting because I'm finding that I do have my ride or dies. I think I put up a post about my music. I call them my true blues. Like my true blues are going to be my true blues. And for the people that have known Felice for a very long time, for years, like double-digit years, they've known me, from high school and Ellington days. And so they're just like, oh, yeah, I'm sharing. Or, or if even sometimes they may not share on Facebook, but they're taking my music, copying it, and like sending it to their text people, on text. And then they all girl, I talked to you. So those are my people that just have really been with me for many, many years. And I think for other artists, I understand that some of them will never do it,
Right.
right? Because of whatever their hangups are or whatever, lies within them from a personality perspective. But then you do have those artists that are like celebratory, that they are like, oh, I'm going to share this, or I'm going to come to your show, or I'm going to buy your CD, or paid $5.99 for the, the download. So yeah, but what I have seen is that I think we talked about this is that sometimes you only get a lot of traction when you started getting more traction. Then people start coming on board. And it's like now, and you kind of know that that's what it is. It's just something about we see a lot of likes and shares, and then we automatically, the brain says, jump ahead, jump on this bandwagon. But the people that have been there for real, I'll never forget that. And I know who they are. I know
Yeah.
who they are. Yeah. They have a special place with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna shout out Shalom because that's how me
Yeah.
met. And
Yes.
I
Yes.
appreciate even her, even with the
My
connection.
sister.
Yeah,
Yes. And then even able, I mean, we're sisters, we're friends, call and then in the business, I mean, she, I'd be like, okay, you're doing background, can you bring you do background? You're like, I can, of course I'm gonna do background, but I always ask her. I'm always, I don't want to blur those lines because we're still professionals, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, absolutely. That's how we met. That's right.
yeah.
We actually
Time has went
time
by.
has just went by fast. That's right, because I didn't even think you had all that grade, man. I think you had that grade.
Yeah, I was coming out of situation, so yeah, I'm actually able to work freely in that piece. So, uh,
Yeah.
you know, I see that because I don't like to give false information, but I see that did you sell out your show? Is this for a recent show or is this for a past show?
This was at Panama. Yeah, the show that was about few weeks back. That was a
All right.
sold out show. Yeah. It
So
was an awesome show.
was you the only one on the lineup, or was it like or other people doing tribute? Did you?
Me. Headline. Look, me. Remember that scene where Angela Bassett played Tina Turner? Yeah, I was a headline on that, man. And it felt amazing to sell out in Panama, in a foreign country, my new founded community of African American people that are here, that are expats, that are like, oh yeah, Sade, oh she doing that? Oh, we're there. So yeah, and you don't have it's different in different countries, and that's why I want to continue to perform in different countries. Sometimes what is that you gotta get out of your hometown, to continue to expand, to continue to be, celebrated in a different way than you would be at home. Yeah. So that's just what it is.
Yeah,
And if you think about it, artists has been doing this for many years.
yeah.
Tina Turner got it right. She left. I mean, we can go in all the way. If we do a history lesson on this, we're talking about Jazz Month, but Eartha Kitt, uh, all the way back as Josephine Baker. I
Yeah.
mean, the understanding of sometimes you have to leave, not just your local, the U.S. coming out of the American thing to go to different countries. Yeah.
So like, and I by you being over in other